Hey, this is James here from eBassGuitar, and we're here at eBassGuitar HQ, and we're setting up for yet another day of filming here. And today we are going to be covering the chorus section of Hotel California. We recorded the first part of this a few months ago. Now it's time for the second because we've had so many requests for it. Anyway, I will see you in just a few minutes for the whole lesson. Hey guys, it's James here from eBassGuitar, and today is all about the chorus section of Hotel California by the Eagles. But before we duck into that, I want to ask you a quick favour. The first part of Hotel California has had so many positive comments, and I've been asked a bunch of times to do this second time, this second part of the song over the past few months. So here it is. But first of all, I would love to know what iconic bass songs you would like to learn. We're going to start doing more of these on the eBassGuitar YouTube channel, showing you how to play these lines. So what I'd love you to do is comment below and let me know what bass line you would like me to take apart on this YouTube channel. But first of all, let's crack on and listen to the chorus section of this. As I said a few months ago, we took apart the verse, which has a very, very cool, distinctive groove. The chorus section of this has an equally cool and distinctive groove. It's slightly different, but first of all, let's play it to you. So hey guys, first of all, I want to let you know that there is a free PDF and backing track which goes with this lesson. All you have to do is click the links in the description and you'll find out how to download that there. So let's crack on with this lesson. So what we have up here is the Hotel California bass guitar groove for the chorus section. First of all, I just want to play you the verse section in isolation and then the chorus section, because it's almost like this bass line answers the verse section. I'm going to show you how. So the original groove is this. So it is using the root, the fifth and the octave, and we have this kind of reggae line going on here, which I really like. Okay, I know there's a little bit of hot debate what style this is, and I kind of see it as a hybrid of loads of styles. But the fundamental thing is this line is ascending. It's going from the root up to the fifth and then to the octave down here. But what this line does is it kind of inverts it, which I love about it. It's so clever and so wonderfully constructed. So rather than go, it's doing it the other way around, like this, and then going back up like that. Like so. So it really, I see it as an answering phrase. So the first phrase goes up, the second phrase starts going down. But let's take this apart first of all and look at the construction of it. So don't forget about the PDF, because this is all written out in there. So let's talk about the chord sequence of the chorus. First of all, the verse is in the minor, so we're in B minor. But when we hit this chorus, we go into the major. So we get the light and shade of being in the minor key, the sad for what you might want to call it that, and going into the major, which is the happy. So I'm a big one. I like to point out the light and shade in music because that's what makes it exciting. So we go into this 8-bar chord sequence here, and we start off with a G, and then we go to a D, and then we go to an F sharp 7 and a B minor. That's our first chord sequence there, first part of it. Then we go back to the G and the D. And then to finish it off, we have the E minor, and then we go to the F sharp 7 like that. So first of all, grab the backing track which comes with this and literally just play the root notes as etc. So you can get a real feel for where these notes are on the bass, and it feels really cool just playing long notes actually to it. I really enjoy doing that kind of thing and just absorbing the chord sequence. But let's talk about the groove itself. So what I've done here is I've written it out here just to save space on this whiteboard. I put a repeat in here. So how this works is we go down here, we play the first 4 bars, and then we repeat back to the beginning, and then we go into the second. So it might just be worth putting a red line along there so you know that's where we repeat, and then we go into the second time, bar here, and a little repeat mark there would be nice too. So that is the structure that we're using, and it's quite pertinent really to put a repeat mark in there, because what happens is we have the G and the D and the G and the D there, and that groove is very particular, and then this kind of groove here, the bass line, answers it again. So just in essence, before we take it apart, we are talking very globally here. We're going to use shorter notes here and longer notes here, and that gives us this incredible light and shade again, and why this is such a great bass line. So let's take it apart. So there is effectively a 1 bar groove going on here. The the verse, it was a 2 bar groove, but this is more of a 1 bar idea. So let's take this apart and talk about it. So we have this phrase at the beginning going da-ga-dum, which is 2 16th notes and an eighth note. So like so, just literally going down the box shape. So G, D, G, yaga-dum. So that's our first cell. I like to think of these as kind of cells. So that is our first cell, like there. And then we go into our second cell, which is here. And this is all about hitting the last 16th note of the second beat into the third beat, like so. So da-ga-dum, ba-dum. So you're aiming, critically, you're aiming for that third beat. If you're aiming for the third beat, you'll place that right. It's much harder to place a note like that in isolation than it is to aim for that third beat. So da-ga-dum, ba-dum, like so. And then it does that phrase again. So on the last 16th of the third beat, we aim for the fourth beat again. So yaga-dum, ba-dum, ba-gang, like so. And both times those notes are short. So we are using very much short notes here, like so. So let me just play you that so you can hear what that sounds like. And again. And you can move this riff around. It's a great little riff, and it does it again up into the key of D, or the chord of D there rather. You can move it around anywhere on the neck, in fact. You might be able to invent your own cool bass line from that. It's great. Just experiment with this stuff once you get it down. And so we have a note here. Let's continue on. On the beat 4 and, we have a long note which slides into the next chord, which I really like. There's some great articulation in here. So that is slides and pull-offs, hammer-ons. That's articulation. To transfer between chords, there's so much subtlety, which I love. So let me just show you how this works. Then we, like so, we slide from an A to a D up there. That's quite tricky to hit probably the first time. I just literally slide down. I don't even attempt to play that note actually. I just do it as a complete slide. You can really hear it actually on the record that he's going up into that area of the neck, because the sound just gets warmer and fatter, which is a real characteristic of playing round here. So then that same riff again. And then a slide on the end. So they often use this last note as kind of almost a transition note with some sort of articulation, normally a slide to get to the next note. And so ba-ga-dum, ba-da, ba-da, and then slide down to the F sharp, like so. And then we play that same phrase again. So 2 16th notes and 8, da-ga-dum. Then it is the same rhythmic pattern, except for making these notes, in this instance they make them short. What they've done this time is they've made them long, so you get this subtle difference in flavour. So let me play it to you with the long notes, like so, or I play it short for you so you can hear the difference. Can you see? Just subtly different, but that's what adds to the flavour of this incredible groove. And then they have this slide on the end, and how I choose to play this is to go up to the F sharp here, or it could be anywhere. It could just be a slide down the A string, but starting from the F sharp is cool. And then that hits the B like so. I just want to throw a slight sort of caveat in here at this point. Any of these grooves are slightly open to interpretation from player to player, and what you'll hear with a live bass part is as you go through the song, it will subtly change. But this groove framework for the chorus sections will always say the same. So I know the bass player from the Eagles, when I listened to a live version of this before making the lesson, he's actually changed it up quite a bit. But this framework is still in here. So think of this as kind of set, but malleable at the same time. That's a great way to think of groove, and that's what can put our individual takes and spins on these bass lines. But it's really great to learn a bass line like this exactly as the player played it on the original sometimes, because you can really start to understand his thought processes. Anyway, so let's talk about the long notes again. And then we have these kind of big fours. I sort of associate with these with the great Anthony Jackson as a bass player. He did these a lot, but loads of players have used them. But it is really that light and shade between this kind of funkier 16th idea and then these just big, and they're big, they're heavy, they're weighty, and they are just the antithesis to what you played for the 3 bars before. And when the whole band plays a line like that in unison, because you can hear the guitars are with it, etc., etc., the drums can be marking it too, it has a hugely, hugely powerful effect. So just to talk you through the notes, we're going up a B, a C sharp, a D, an E, and then we have 2 8th notes on the end, E, F sharp, and then that brings us back round to the G up the top. Like so, and that you can use that, you can literally get that to flow right into that next phrase. So, ba, da, ya. Like so, which is really cool. So just appreciate that light and shade. It's so important. Then to go back round, we play this line again. So the G and the D plays like so. So back-a-dum. And then we hit this E minor chord down here. There's several ways you can play this, but how I think he's probably playing it on the original is I think he's grabbing it at the 7th fret, ba-da, ba-da, like so, and those are short, I'd say, so back-a-dum. Because there's a slide at the end there, there's this big slide at the end of the note, which is much harder to do if you play it down at the open position. Don't have enough notes to slide off there, so like so. So what this last bar, bar 8, does is it kind of inverts it again. It takes it back to the bridge pattern. It's kind of hinting at it. I don't like to get overly analytical about this stuff, but it's kind of cool when you got, and then from going down, you start going up again in preparation for the. Just a cool little subtlety. I don't know whether that was a conscious or an unconscious thing which was played on the original session, who knows, but it works really, really beautifully. So let's just talk through these notes here. So 2 16th notes and an 8. So F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, and then it to the C sharp and the F sharp again, catching that on the last 16th note of beat 2, and then bang on to beat 3. So we're aiming for beat 3. And then we have that phrase again, which literally goes down to the bottom F sharp to kind of give it some weight. Like so. And that note is short again, which is just a nice little subtlety. He could have gone, or we could go. So I want to really sort of impress on you that as a bass player, you have the choice whether you play notes long and short, and that is often what puts the subtlety into the groove. So what I want to do now is play you the whole track from beginning to end, or the chorus section, and so you can hear some of these ideas in context. So guys, just before we wrap up this lesson talking about the chorus section of Hotel California, I just want to talk about one tiny sort of subtlety more, which is actually how they get into the chorus section, which I love. There's this sort of unison passage which happens. By unison, I mean everybody playing together. And you have this line going 1, 2, 3, like so. I think they're singing Welcome to the Hotel California over the top of that. But let's just talk about it because it's 4/16 notes, but it works brilliantly. So that is a B, a C sharp, a D. So root, second, flat 3 of a B minor scale to the 5th, and then we hit the G. Like so. So get that down because that's a really nice line that you can play with everybody else. There's a certain magic which happens when everybody plays the same line together. But what I'd love you to do is have some fun with this. You are welcome to experiment with this. You don't, for instance, have to zoom up to the top there to play this track, to play the D up there. If you find it more comfortable, try it there. If you find playing the E more comfortable down there, also try that. But experiment in different areas of the fingerboard. That will really help you along. But most of all, have some fun with this. Download the free PDF which comes with this and the backing track. And of course, leave us a comment below to let us know what other songs, other bass lines you would like us to cover on the eBassGuitar YouTube channel. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed that Hotel California lesson. That really is literally one of my favorite bass lines ever, and it's a real thrill to take that apart from you. So don't forget to download the PDF which comes with this lesson and the backing track too, and really try it out. Also, please let me know what tunes you'd like us to cover on the eBassGuitar YouTube channel. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please do comment below here. If you've enjoyed this film, please do give it a like and share on social. I've been James from eBassGuitar, and I will catch you next time.